All right, if you've ever had to set up virtual desktops, you know that feeling, right? That waiting. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the technology that pretty much replaced all that waiting with what feels like a magic trick. We're talking about Omnis Horizon's instant clones. Let's get into how they make everything so much faster and simpler.
Okay, so before we get to the really cool tech, let's talk about the problem it's trying to solve. Because let's be real, for anyone in IT, setting up desktops for users, it's a core part of the job and it can be a massive headache.
But what happens when it's not just one or two desktops? What if you're talking about spinning up hundreds, maybe even thousands of identical virtual machines, for a new semester of students or a brand new call center or a huge team of developers? The scale just explodes.
And the old way of doing this, honestly, it was a total nightmare. The process was just painfully slow. We're talking minutes for every single machine. It ate up a ton of expensive storage, and trying to manage it all, it was just this tangled, complicated mess. Something absolutely had to change.
And that brings us to the solution. It's this really elegant piece of technology that just tackles all those old pain points head on. So let's get into it. Let's look at the Instant Clone.
So what exactly is an instant clone? Well, at its heart, it's this awesome tech that uses a core vSphere feature called VM Fork. And what it does is it just rapidly spits out identical desktops. Now, these desktops are non-persistent, which is just a fancy way of saying they're disposable. Every time a user logs out, poof, it resets back to a perfect, clean master state. It all comes from one golden image, and the keywords here are definitely rapidly and identical.
This chart right here really says it all. Look at the difference. For speed, we're going from minutes per desktop down to seconds. That's huge. For storage, what used to be a massive footprint on your disks is now drastically smaller. But for me, the real killers are these last two, state and patching. Instead of creating a powered-off machine that you still have to boot up, instant clones are born, powered on, and ready for a user to log in. And patching? Forget about maintenance windows. This goes from a disruptive, downtime-required event to a totally seamless, zero-downtime update. That right there is an absolute game changer.
I know, it sounds almost too good to be true, right? So how is it actually possible? What is the technical wizardry happening behind the scenes that allows a desktop to just appear in seconds? Let's break it down. Probably the easiest way to think about this is with an analogy. The old way of cloning was like making a copy of a powered-off computer's hard drive. Instant clones, though, using that VM Fork API, it's like having a photocopy machine for a computer that is already running. You hit the button and it copies everything, including what's in the active memory. So it really boils down to this super simple three-step process. First, the system creates a special running parent VM on each server host. Think of this as the master template. Then, when a user needs a desktop, the system instantly forks the live state, the memory, the running processes, all of it, from that parent. And boom, just like that, a new, ready-to-use desktop is born from that copy. No boot up required. And the architecture behind all this is just brilliantly efficient. You've got that parent VM on each host, just waiting to be forked. All the clones then share a single read-only replica disk, which saves a ridiculous amount of storage. And it's all powered by that VM Fork API. Oh, and yeah, this works for both Windows and Linux, which is awesome. Okay, the tech is cool, but what does it actually do for you, right? How does this translate into real-world advantages? Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters, solving actual problems for IT teams and for the business. This number pretty much says it all, less than 2 seconds. And I'm not exaggerating. That's how long it can take to create a fully functional, ready-to-go virtual desktop. That kind of speed is what enables things like just-in-time desktop delivery, which can completely eliminate that dreaded morning login rush or boot storm. So the benefits just start stacking up really quick. You've got that incredibly fast provisioning, you get massive savings on storage, management becomes a total breeze because you only have one golden image to patch and update. And here's a huge one for security. Since these desktops are non-persistent, they're wiped clean every single time a user logs out. Any malware or weird changes, gone. And let's just go back to that management piece for a second. In the old world, patching your fleet of desktops was this painful, disruptive event, right? You had to schedule maintenance windows, disrupt your users, and run through this lengthy operation that could take hours. With instant clones, you just update your single golden image and you hit push image.
Horizon then handles everything else, gracefully giving users a fresh, updated desktop the next time they log in or log out. This isn't just a faster update, it fundamentally gets rid of the whole concept of a patching window. It's just a seamless, rolling update with zero downtime. So when you put all these pieces together, the speed, the efficiency, the security, the simplified management, what does it all really add up to? Well, it means that instant clones aren't just some nice-to-have feature. They are the default, the modern, the standard method for doing desktop virtualization on the Omnissa Horizon platform. This tech has replaced the older ways because, frankly, it's just better in every meaningful way. And that leaves us with a really fascinating thought to end on. When a user's desktop is completely disposable, when you can destroy it and perfectly recreate it from a secure image in under 2 seconds, what does that change? What new possibilities does that open up for how we manage and secure everything? It really is a fundamental shift in the entire paradigm.